Now let's head to Rwanda, where polls are officially closed and vote counting is underway following Friday's presidential elections. We are expecting preliminary results to start coming in just the next few hours. Of course, many believe this vote is already a foregone conclusion. CGTN's Susan Mwongeli has more from the Kigali capital.
Voters began lining up in the early morning hours at various polling stations. Polls opened at 7 a.m. in the over 2,000 polling centers across the country. Some 6.9 million people were registered to vote. They were choosing from three presidential candidates: incumbent President Paul Kagame, Frank Habineza of the Green Party movement, and Philippe Mpayimana, who's running as an independent. President Paul Kagame voted in Lugunga. He said he will address the media after the elections. In another polling center, presidential candidate Frank Habineza also cast his ballot. He has been campaigning on a platform of change.
We are going to win this vote, and we are going to win very big, at least by 70% tonight here.
Although many have described this vote as a foregone conclusion, many Rwandans, especially the youth, came out in large numbers to vote. They say their participation is very crucial in mapping out the future of their country.
There are over 1.7 million new voters. Most are from the post-genocide era and are becoming increasingly vocal about the path they think their country should take.
I did come to vote because I want my country to continue this development.
First time because I'm 18 years old, turning 19, so it was my first time to vote. I got my voting card. The guys of Mudugudu brought them at home, so I came to vote. I saw my name here. It was so quick. It's like someone had already prepared it.
We have democracy, we have a right to vote, and I believe that who's going to get more votes today is the one who's going to become the president of Rwanda. And of course, I guess they say it's already decided because so many people love the president we have right now. But then it doesn't mean he's the one who's going to win the elections. Yeah.
The winner will be announced when all the votes are in. According to the electoral body, this should be later on Friday evening. Susan Mwongeli, CGTN, Kigali, Rwanda.
Well, let's get to the latest now on the ground. We're joined live from Kigali by Susan Mwongeli. Susan, just give us the latest on the elections now that polls are closed. What can you tell us about voting day?
Yes, Lindy, polls have closed, and right now we are at the National Electoral Commission office where preparations are rather underway to start announcing the election results. And the day has been full of activity. Interestingly, for an election where many people say that it's quite obvious who will win the elections, there were a lot of activities surrounding the elections, and we visited various polling centers. Polling stations opened at about 7 a.m., but even by 6, we had a lot of people already queuing, ready to vote. And we did visit certain polling centers, and we saw the materials, ballot boxes, ballot papers, and polling officials were there, and the process seemed to be proceeding pretty well. The three candidates voted. We had the incumbent president, Paul Kagame, voting at around 11, and also the other two candidates also voted, and they're all predicting a win. But something we also noticed is there was an overwhelming turnout among the youth. There are about 1.7 million new voters, and we saw them coming out, and they seem very enthusiastic to take part in the election process. And whether their participation will change or rather will determine the outcome of these elections, we can only wait to find out once the election results are announced.